your system isn't fully dialed in, then you're leaving Z, which is leads without contact, times Y, which is the average sales price for your thing, your product or service, times 12, which is the annual extrapolation. To illustrate, imagine I have this business. Doesn't matter what the business is. We'll reference a couple different businesses throughout this presentation. It doesn't matter what the business is, which I'm going to show you why. So this is my business. I have 90 leads, and I follow up me, my sales team, whomever, after 5 minutes of a form submission or a phone call. Okay, that means right after that happens, I'm following up after 5 minutes. Now, the data shows that I'm 21 times less likely to even connect with the lead, which means that 71 of my leads have been trashed. I'm left over with 19 leads, and we're going to say that I have a 33% close rate, which is pretty good. That means I closed 6 leads at $2,000, which is what my thing costs. Let's pretend it costs $2,000. I made $12,000 that month, okay? It is what it is. Now, same exact scenario. I have 90 leads. Nothing about my advertising, my marketing, my business model changed. Nothing changed at all, okay? It doesn't matter. Everything is still the exact same. But instead of following up after 5 minutes, I'm following up within 30 seconds because I have a system in place for my sales team, whomever it is, to connect with the lead immediately. So now I have 21 times more connections. 0 of my leads are trashed, which means I still have 90 leads at a 33.3% close rate, which means I get 30 leads closed at 2,000. And look what we're left with, 60 grand a month. So we just 5x the business overnight by doing nothing except for implementing a better sales system because you need a system. A human cannot be relied upon to follow up with the lead immediately. You need a system that is going to do this for you. And this is going to be the basis of everything that we're going to build upon as you watch how the Holy Trinity system works. So basically, super long story short, I've worked with tons and tons of different businesses in almost every industry you can imagine. And so I had the behind the scenes peek of what makes businesses work. And so what I finally realized is that marketing, advertising, sales, all of these things are behavioral psychology and math. That is how you scale a business. It's behavioral psychology is what makes people buy time and time again. And math is the unit economics of the business that we're looking at to incorporate scale. So this is not a hack. It's not some sort of a gizmo. It's not a chat bot. It's not anything like that. And the reason that it works is because it's not that. It's tried and true marketing and business principles that have been around since business. So this is a complete click to close pipeline, and it works off of 3 foundational elements. So number 1 is going to be the irresistible offer. Without an irresistible offer, your business is not optimized. This is what's going to get people's interest and their information, right? We need their interest and their information. So form submission or phone call, that's going to give us the ability to contact them and sell them on our product or our service. 2, max visibility. This is how we turn strangers into prospects into leads. I want to be where my ideal customers are. I don't care if it's on the side of the road. I don't care if it's on Facebook. I don't care if it's on Google. That's why the system is ubiquitous, because I just want to be where the traffic is, and I want my irresistible offer to be there, right? I want to have message to market match right there. Now, a lot of businesses, they'll get one of these, right? Like visibility, because that's super easy. You can just buy the traffic. Or let's say they get that and the offer right, which is rare. Then this is a big thing where they drop the ball. Number 3 is the highest conversion rate, right? Because we want to convert leads into cash. And back to our original example, this business could have had both of those things right. The visibility, right? 90 leads and the irresistible offer. But since they were following up after 5 minutes, they were only closing 6 leads versus 30 leads per month. And so this is where a lot of businesses will drop the ball. I'm going to show you how to not do that. That's my promise to you for this presentation. So here's the company before and after. We have tons of these, but this is just one illustration of a company, 5 new clients in a month, implements the system, adds 32 new clients, 110,000 in revenue, and then scales up to obviously doing 11 clients in one day. So some phenomenal numbers. This is not out of the ordinary at all. So imagine this, right? Imagine if you had an endless supply of leads, which are people who would hand over their mom's credit card info to get your offer, right? How does that change the game versus chasing leads, following up, getting ghosted? How would that change the game if you had people that were that excited to get the thing that you were giving them? So this is the game right here, okay? So this is the game. We're going to use the internet, but like I told you, if you need to be on the side of the road or at a vendor event, because that's where the traffic is, that's where you need to be. But for the illustration of this, most of the businesses we're scaling use the internet because it's very scalable and it's very cheap to buy attention. So here's what I want to play. I want to play on Google. I don't want to play on Facebook and Instagram. There are other ways like TikTok and YouTube, other social media channels, but mainly I want to play on Google, Facebook, and Instagram because of the actual cost per leads, the actual ability to make the offer, and the actual cost per acquisition. Okay. Now I want to be running ads, but I don't really want to think about the word ads. I want to think about offers. I want to be running offers. There's a lot of ads online that they're not going to last. They're going to pop up. They're going to be gone tomorrow because they are not profitable, because people are doing that. They're running ads. They're soliciting. They're not making offers that are irresistible. So let's say I'm looking for a jiu-jitsu gym near me, roofer near me. Again, the business doesn't matter. This is Google's illustration right here. Boom, top of page. That's exactly where you want to be. Getting the click right here. They have the schema. Again, roofer near me. These are local search ads right here, LSA, which means you're paying per lead. And below that, you're seeing a PPC, which is just pay per click Google search ad, right? Nothing wrong with either of them. But what they are doing is giving you top of page visibility. And these are the most in-market leads. So this part is really easy to get right because all you need is money to get this part right. But here's where all the businesses drop the ball, is they send people to this. This is a non-optimized landing page, and it's going to basically get low to no leads, and it's going to waste an immense amount of ad spend because look at this. You are looking for a brand new roof to be installed, and this is what you're met with. This page is a lame vanilla offer. It's completely resistible. All it says is contact us. There's nothing for me to be excited about. I don't want to give away my information because what is everybody thinking? What is the prospect thinking? Oh, I need this, but if I call them, they're just going to hound me and just, try to solicit and sell me forever. And nobody wants to be in that sort of a process. So this is why it's so important to fix your offer, because it makes everything so, much easier for your business, right? And so this is an example of the lowest conversion rate. Let's flip the script, and I'm going to show you some of the highest converting landing pages, and I'm going to explain why. And we could go through this all day, but I just want you to understand, again, the core principles of what we're doing and how the Holy Trinity system works. So SEMrush is a website that basically will show you all the metrics of your site, the traffic, of competitors of your site, the top performing pages, keywords, all that stuff. This is a landing page for SEMrush that they've had for I don't know how long, but just kills it. Reveal your competitors and prospects' web traffic data, right? Who doesn't want that? Enter a domain and get the insights. Now, this is a little more advanced because it's going to be a funnel. They're going to take you through multiple steps, but I guarantee by the end of it, they're going to have your information, and then you're going to be on a trial. And if you're not on the trial, they're still going to have your information because you really want to get this thing, right? You really want to see what are my prospects searching? What are my competitors doing? So this offer is it's super targeted and it's irresistible. This is going to have the highest conversion rate, which is how you're converting leads into cash, or I like to call it clicks into cash, because that's where everything starts. Here's another example of a grassroots farm or cooperative. Now, the headline has a unique selling proposition, the only bulletproof approved company. So they're doing a lot here, right? So they're using this unique selling point. They're using bulletproof, which is Dave Asprey's company, which is social status, trust. They're elevating their status in the eyes of the prospect. And then they're hitting them with the laser targeted irresistible offer, $30 off your first offer. And then they're stacking more social proof, right? Instant trust, 500 plus 5-star reviews, 7,000 plus customers, 30 farms. And then whatever this video is doing, probably just overcoming objections, right? This is going to result in the highest conversion rate. It's going to convert leads into cash because it has one central focus. Unlike a lot of y'all run traffic to pages that are like this. And this is the landing page versus website discrepancy, is that the problem with the website is that they can go wherever they want. There's too many things going on, right? We can't centralize the focus and dictate and determine the outcome that we want. And the only objective that we want is we want their information. So we need to simplify things. We don't need to complicate things with menus and all of this other stuff. We need a landing page with a very clear offer that's going to get people's information, because then we can sell them something. Without that, the information overload is going to cause inaction, right? And so this is the game, right? Here's an example of Facebook, okay? This is Orange Theory. I'm sure you've heard of them. This is their copy, which is primary text, but I like to call it headline because that's what it is. On Facebook, this is the offer. Why stop scrolling? Start burning today, right? So I'm getting one free class. And this is the creative. We refer to the graphics. Now, this is okay. This is not anything that is totally irresistible to me. But again, the competition is still not that great, because if you're dealing with other competitors that are doing this, then that leaves all the room for you to still the gold rush. You can still profit. Your cost per acquisition can still be super low, and this stuff is still super scalable. So instead of doing this, what I would do is something like this. Imagine you wanted to get in shape, and I hit you with this, right? Unlock a free $199 trial class. And just for showing up, I'll give you $50 worth of gear, a $200 goal setting consultation, the perfect body in 12 weeks plan, and the list of foods you should be eating for maximum energy. Now, that is going to stop you in your tracks. You have a really hard time resisting that, right? It's getting your attention, creating a pattern and interrupt. It's hooking your attention, and it's really causing you to consider it, because you want to get all that stuff, right? And this is how you get prospects to chase you. It's virtually irresistible, laser targeted, and it's worth giving away more stuff on to attain. So again, Holy Trinity system, 3 foundational elements. What we want to do is we want to engineer the perfect offer. We need to test this. We want to see what's the perfect offer. And then we want max visibility for that offer. And then we want to convert the highest amount of those leads. We want to convert those leads into cash. Now, this is a click to close pipeline. This is totally invented by us. You can see some absolutely astronomical numbers. All of our clients, they win. And they win because we back this stuff with crazy guarantees. So ever you made it here, maybe you saw an ad, and that's why you're here. But likely you saw a guarantee or an offer. And the reason we're able to make such crazy offers is because the system works, and we put our money where our mouth is, and we stand behind that. And you can see a client doing over $250,000 in 30 days, $50,000 in a day, $418,000 in a month. And we have just tons of these, but I don't want to bore you with that. I want to leave you with this one thing. It's a revenue health scorecard. You can pause this and rank each one of these from 1 to 5 and see where your current business stands. Okay, so go through each one, rank it 1 to 5, pause this, and then hit play. Okay, if you're back with me, now this is going to be your health results. This is where you're at. Below 10, you're flying blind. We need to build the machine that's going to grow your company. Okay, 10 to 14, you're losing serious revenue, but fixing this is worth 6 to 7 figures. This is the most sweet spot to be in, because you can scale so easily with a few minor tweaks. 15 to 19, you're doing well, but there are still holes that you can plug fast and unlock massive economies of scale. And then 2025, you're in the top 5%. You're really in the business of like micro optimizations that are going to have macro maximum outcomes and yield massive returns. Okay, so if this is the first time that you've seen this, book a call right after this. If you've already booked a call or waiting for the next one with us, just take this information. Now you understand how it works. We look forward to seeing you on the next call. But if you've never booked a call, there will be a link right now where you can right after this. Okay, thank you.